In this video, we will look at the geometric mean. The geometric mean is given two numbers, a and b. You use the following formula to find the geometric mean x. Now notice here that if you are doing solving this proportion, you cross multiply. A and b are called the extremes, and this is the mean. So when you multiply x times x, you are going to get x squared. You'll get AB will equal x squared. And that is the geometric mean. Alright, so you need to find the geometric mean between 4 and 9. Okay, so you do 4 over x equals x over 9. You cross multiply. X squared equals 36. We take the square root of both sides, and we get x equals 6. The geometric mean will always be positive. Find the geometric mean between 3 and 15. 3 over x equals x over 15. X squared equals 45. We take the square root of both sides, and we get x equals 3 times the square root of 5. Remember that 45 will be written as the square root of 9 times the square root of 5. And the square root of 9 is 3. And then you have the square root of 5. Okay, and then they show that as the answer. But most times you're going to want to write your answer in radical form. Now, we have the fact that 8 is the geometric mean between 2 and what number? So now you're going to have 8 where the x's were. It will look like this. 8 is the geometric mean between 2 and what number? Now we get 2x equals 64, and x will equal 32. The geometric mean is a number that will come up a lot when we're dealing with triangles, when we're dealing with right triangles. Okay? If the altitude is drawn from the vertex of the right angle of a triangle to its hypotenuse, so draw the altitude to the hypotenuse. You're going to have two right triangles. Okay, so you have divided your big triangle into two smaller triangles. All three triangles are similar to each other because they are all right triangles. The altitude is the geometric mean between the two parts. Okay, so we have A over the altitude equals the altitude over B. Okay, so you have A over the altitude equals the altitude over B. And we can call this the heartbeat problem because it makes it, this looks like a heart. Okay, A over the altitude equals the altitude over B. Alright, so if we need to find out what the altitude is, and we know the hypotenuse is broken in two segments, we're going to say that 8 over x, 8 over x equals x over 5. We solve that to be x squared equals 40. X is equal to the square root of 40. And we split 40 into 4 times 10. 2 is the square root of 4, so x will be equal to 2 times the square root of 10, or 6.3. Now, this is complicated, but you can do this. Each leg is the geometric mean between the part of the hypotenuse adjacent to the leg and the whole hypotenuse. What that means is each leg of the big triangle is the geometric mean of this part here over the whole hypotenuse. Okay, so that'll be it'll be y over w equals w over y plus z. This is the geometric mean. X is the geometric mean, so that means that x will be written twice, of z and y plus z, the whole leg again. So the leg of the big triangle is the geometric mean between the part of the leg and the whole part of the hypotenuse and the whole hypotenuse. Okay, if we need to find r and t, we say that t is the geometric mean of 8 and 13. So t is the geometric mean of 8 and 13. We cross multiply, t squared equals 8 times 13. T squared is equal to 104. T is equal to the square root of 104. And 104 is divisible by 4. It's 4 times 26. So t is equal to 2 times the square root of 26, or 10.2. Now, if we need to find r, we say that r is the geometric mean between 5 and 13. So r is the geometric mean between 5 and 13. R squared will be equal to 5 times 13. R squared equals 65. Is there a perfect square in 65? No, there's not. So the square root of 65 is simplified, and when you take the square root of 65, you get 8.1. All right, that was a lot of information.